Alright, let's give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Stone, shalom to all the true worshippers. This is the brother Ahmad from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, back with another few minutes of truth. And the truth is, we're getting closer and closer to the MOTB. We're getting closer and closer to the MOTB. You know, the MOTB is the mark of the beach, right? So there are many policies that are being pushed and now being made mandatory, and we've used that word so much, you know, but because things always seem like it's a choice, because the government always presents it to you, sells it to you like it's a choice, you know, even though we always warn you and we always say, yo, yeah, they make it look that way, but eventually it's going to be mandatory. See, now that's being fulfilled, you know, on a smaller scale, not on the big scale where it's the mark of the beach, you know, but we can use this, or this is a step. This is a step towards making the mark of the beach mandatory. All right, this is a step towards making the mark of the beach mandatory. All right, and what I'm talking about is it's making digital identity cards mandatory. See? So let's get into this video. Let me pull out, you know, the big bad precept, big bad prophecy. See?
The British government is set to make something mandatory
that will reshape how everyone works and lives in the UK, a compulsory digital ID. Now, rights activists are calling it a dangerous step towards mass surveillance. Supporters are calling it a leap into a more efficient future.
On the 26th of September, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer announced the introduction of compulsory digital ID cards for people who work in the UK.
Today, I am announcing this government will make a new free-of-charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
The new digital ID scheme is aimed towards stopping illegal workers in the shadow economy, while also ensuring fairness in the immigration system. The government says the digital ID will be stored on mobile phones and will become a mandatory part of employer checks when hiring staff. Over time, the digital ID scheme could also expand to childcare, welfare, tax records, and other public services. Now, let us first understand what exactly is a digital ID. A digital ID is a form of electronic identification, usually stored on a phone or smart card. Unlike a traditional passport or a driver's license, it doesn't just prove who you are in person, it
Usually stored on a phone or a smart card. All right. Digital ID usually stored on a phone or a smart card. Let's see what else it can be stored on. Let's see.
Still single? You should definitely check out Afro Introduction. It's a really cool app made for African singles.
When Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID. And he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
You like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all on chip, so I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks.
Exactly.
There's a microchip embedded into his hand, and it's used as his ID, his keys, and his wallet. Yo, it's funny because it doesn't get much more clear than this, yo. And you combine this with the previous video where they want you to believe that they can only put the ID, or they're only thinking of putting the ID on a card or your smartphone. Yo, you people have been duped, yo. You people have been duped. And the prophets, the true men of the Lord that sigh and cry, for these abominations, that warn you, stand on the tower and blow these trumpets, man, of warning, man. Been telling you long before I even got here, They've been telling you, this shit's coming. The mark of the beach. What's a beach? Can't tell the YouTube algorithm. But it just doesn't get much more clearer than this, man. You can see how they're gonna integrate it all together. All of it's it's like all the pieces are coming together nicely, And we, the prophets, the hopeful elect, we have been telling you, make sure the laptop's plugged in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we've been telling you, so to see, I guess you could say, the fruits of our labor, or not even our labor, man, the Lord's word coming to fruition. It's beautiful, it's joyful, man. I can't help but laugh, and rejoice, and also laugh at those who didn't listen, man. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna have the last laugh, yo. The Lord said He will laugh at your calamity, yo. Yeah. It's because you didn't took His warning. I ain't even gonna play no more of that. You go look that video up yourself. This is the video we're focusing on, man. But only on phone or smart card. Only on phone or smart card. Digital ID. Where you people being duped, yo? Yet still, this guy over here in Sweden, man, it's not Sweden alone. Sweden is just ahead of the world with the mark of the beach there. That hasn't been made mandatory worldwide, is it? Sweden is just ahead in the chip game, yo.
It can also authenticate your identity online. It works by linking your personal details like your name, age, and address to a verified digital profile, often backed by biometric data such as fingerprints, iris scans, or facial recognition. A digital ID can be used to access government services, healthcare, education, banking, and even voting in some countries. Supporters argue that a digital ID makes life simpler, offering one login for multiple services, faster benefits, and less paperwork. They also point out that it could reduce fraud by making it harder to fake identities. But critics, including civil liberty groups, warn of risks to privacy, government.
Oh yeah. I wanted to get, full screen times. I think. I always miss this out. It's one thing. 10 undo. Ten on one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, yo. We're not ignorant of his devices, yo. We're not devices meaning like not just the things he's making, like device ain't just dealing with gadgets, yo. It's dealing with the whole system. Everything he has devised that against the natural order, things that against the Israelites, against the world. Everything he has devised for evil, man. So is whether it be equipments, instruments of war, and his policies, we're not ignorant of them all. Of none of them, because the Lord has revealed them unto us, The Lord has revealed them unto us. Right? So Daniel 8:25. And this is during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, where he uses his policies to prosper. But what I'm showing you, they're doing the same shit now. I see him heathen, them, the same wicked mother efforts, right? Daniel 8:25, he says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. Right? Shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And magnify himself in his heart. That's the mark of the beast. Ultimately, is to magnify himself as God. All omniscient. Yeah, where you're all knowing. They want to be all knowing. They want to know every move that every individual on earth makes, man. And control it through through the mark of the beast. That's their goal, and a preset came to mind just now. Do the video a little bit, maybe we'll come back. Oh yeah. Isaiah came to mind. Isaiah what? Slipped me. Isaiah 32 and 7. It says the instruments of the churl are evil. And the churl meaning a despicable person, man. Disreputed, mother effer, man. Nigger. Which is Esau, the biggest nigger on earth. The instruments, meaning his devices, are also of the churl are evil. He devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy is speaking. All right. So, yeah, they say This is to tackle immigration, illegal immigration. This is to tackle the murder rate, theft, whatever the hell they want to say. It's to tackle, yo. It's all garbage. It's all rubbish.
Misuse and the potential for mass surveillance. According to an Ipsos poll in July, 57% of Britons support a national ID scheme.
ESA has never made anything for the good of mankind. ESA has only made things for the good of Esau's pocket, for the good of Esau. So-called white man has never made anything. Just check, just look at something, take something. Let's take medicine. Take something he has made and called it medicine. But how is something that doesn't even cure one thing, it will help one thing or reduce the negative effects of one thing, but starts a plethora of negative effects on the flip side. For example, do you have a cold? Why don't you take this pill here? It's called Nymphozema. You know, and I'm just playing around with these things, not necessarily called Nymphozema. You know, it's called Nymphozema. It will cure your cold right up. Yes, side effects are blindness and death. Possibly death. Possibly you won't be able to have any more kids. So yes, cure is one thing, and give you some things are even worse. How can the side effects be worse than what you previously had, yo? We've literally seen this many times, yo. So Esau has never made anything, man, done anything for the good of so-called humanity, for mankind. You see me? So, man, F Esau.
But about 3 in 10 are worried about personal data being misused, sold to private companies, or stolen in security breaches.
We all need to do whatever we can to...
Yeah, that's already happening, man. Google records our information, records our conversation. Like, I be talking about an issue, and we know Google does this, and then your phone is pushing or advertising something to you that should be the solution regarding your previous conversation, your recent conversation that the phone listened to, heard. You know, and it's from a company, right? So the Google is selling your information to a company that has the solution, the product, which is the solution to your problem, man. So Google is listening to your problem, selling it to the respective company that has the product to your solution, to sell you for your solution. Yeah. So that's already happening.
Support the government to manage immigration and
to come into effect right before the next UK election, which is due in 2029. As the UK gears up to make digital IDs mandatory for all UK citizens across the globe, similar schemes already exist. India operates the world's largest digital ID program called Aadhaar. Launched in 2009, Aadhaar assigns every resident a unique 12-digit number linked to their biometric data such as fingerprints, iris scans, and a photograph. As of 2025, more than 1.3 billion people have been issued an Aadhaar number, making it the most extensive digital identification system on the planet. And just last month, Switzerland approved a plan to introduce voluntary digital ID scheme. Other countries including France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Denmark, Australia and Singapore also run nationwide digital ID schemes. Britain's plan places it among its largest digital...
Alright. Alright. So, here we have it. This is Revelation 13 and 16, you know. It says, and he caused it all. One sec. Hello. Well, let me call you back. Let me call you back in a second. Push back. Oh, I just wait for my next one. Go. I'm calling you. Second. But yes, it says, and he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. See? So I showed you an example of the forehead, the hand, because it doesn't matter left, right, but it's in the hand. I'll show you an example with the video with the guy from Seed. An example of the head, the forehead, is Elon Musk's brain chip. Right? So it says, right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. So this is going to be, this mark is going to be something that they're going to put in your body. See? And you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. See? And that's a general term. Britain says if you don't have the national identification card, digital card, you won't be able to get a job anywhere. It's just said you won't be able to buy or sell. So, point is, the step that Britain has taken, India and other countries, and soon to be even Jamaica, you know, it's a step towards the MOTB, the mark of the beach. Right? It's a step towards the mark of the beach. And no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of the year. Alright? So, yeah, with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. Once more, let's give our praises to Yahweh, Bashem Shai, Bashem Kakadash, the blessed the apostles and those of them, let's know again. And shalom to all the true worshippers.